So thinking about the business, because obviously, like you said earlier, raising some kiddos and running this business, how do you find your balance and all of that? Because I think running a small business is hard. I think we've all felt that, but also it's a lot of fun and it's a passion.
Yeah.
And also having a family, I can imagine, is just, you know, an added layer of balance. So how does that work for you?
That's been also like an evolution, like an interesting process. There was at one time, you know, maybe it was before I had my second child, so maybe 4 years ago. Okay. Balance was the big thing for me. I even designed my logo. Beatnik has a yin yang in it now. And that was because of my own like personal struggles and passion to find some sort of balance between being an entrepreneur, owning a business, and being a mother, and being a wife, and a friend, and a daughter, and all these things. And so that was like what was like truly pouring into my soul. Like, I need balance. Like, this is something that and so I incorporate that into our design. Lately, I've kind of stepped away from that because I feel like I don't know if there's actually a true balance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Over the past like 2 years, I lost my father 2 years ago, and it was a kind of like a sudden. I mean, he had cancer, but the sudden. It was tough, and that sort of thing though makes you look at life a little different, you know. And so that's one of, I guess, like a blessing that comes along with like the grief is it makes you like kind of turn your life inside out, and you start thinking about like
what's important.
Yeah. You could wake up one day and, you know, your life can change in an instant.
Yep.
So I think that has kind of made me start thinking like, I don't know if I should really focus on the balance because I don't know if it's truly like 50-50, 20, like it's sometimes your energy is going to be more given to your work and sometimes to your children. And it's going to be a struggle. And that's okay.
And that's just part of it. Like, that's kind of, you there's this like great myth of perfectly balancing the scale. Yeah. And I think people I think you're right. Like, you try to do that, you just will drive yourself crazy.
Trying to find some perfect for sure. I was like listening to that because I'm like knee deep in this, the family and business kind of stuff. And so I think boundaries too is like a big one that I've kind of realized in some of this. It's balance, but also like, okay, where you can have healthy boundaries is like good because small business is so
all
it takes
consuming.
You're like it's not a 9 to 5. You're like it all the time.
And and even if you were like,
that's perfect. All consuming.
I'll put the words in your mouth for you, Doug. I think even if you are like, I'm gonna focus on this throughout the day and then at night with my family, it's like, I think still mentally it's hard to separate the two. Like,
mentally, it's really hard.
Yeah, because we'll be texting at 10 p.m. at night about business stuff, and that's just kind of what it is.
Yeah,
like it's, but also like I think you embrace the I don't know, the joy of being in a small business. There's the joys of having a family. Like,
there's unique things that are like, we were talking to this other brewer that was like a well-known one in Oak Cliff for a while, and it was like that was such a life-giving conversation the other day with him. And I was like, what a weird thing that like I found myself after 5 talking to this guy, and like you're just like, I'm thinking about a Pilsner that he's like made, and that's all I'm thinking about for probably the next 4 hours this evening. It's just it's a bizarre life.
Throw some wisdom out there for you, it sounds like.
So I think that kind of stuff is fun. I mean, I'm sure you feel that too with like, okay, I'm now working with these artists that are putting their work in my space, or I've like connected with this vendor or that. Like I'm sure there's moments that are just like awesome.
Well, and that's, you're just kind of going where I was thinking too. It's just like there's agony and ecstasy. There's like the amazing moments. They're super fun. I feel like small businesses kind of accentuate both, where it's like it can be awesome, it can be horrible. It rarely feels like it's in the middle. Like you kind of have the good and the bad,
pulled in all directions. That's what I feel like I've just like learned to live with that and be like,
interesting.
You know, it's okay. It's okay. Like I don't feel 100% here or 100% here, but like, you know what, this is life, and it's okay. And I'm happy that I get to. I'm happy that I like get to worry about that, you know, which is like a blessing.
Do you, I'm wondering about this too, but like family, does your family kind of come to the shop too, or is it kind of, okay?
Yes. Often my children are up there. There was like, you know, sometimes they're up there more times than others. When we have events, it's like, I just bring them up there because their friends come too, and they love it. And so they'll be like, it's kind of like an unspoken word, like, oh, they're having an event this weekend. Like both ages of my children, you know, almost 10 and almost 3. It's like, oh, I bet Arlo or Cohen's going to be up there. And then before you know it, hopefully you like children, because now the event is there are children everywhere, you know, that's awesome. And they love it. And my 2-year-old, when we drive by every morning, and it's like do Big Brother's drop off, and then his drop off, and we drive by Beatnik every day, and he literally is like, Mommy's store, I love you. Like that's what he says every day. And so they truly love it. And it's so cute, and it like makes me feel so proud of it.
Yeah. And that they'll grow up and that'll be like a part of their life. Say, oh yeah, you started this store, and it's cool. You're a cool example to them in that way too.
Not too long ago, a friend, one of my son's very best friend, he's been besties with her since they were 1. And her mom told me, she was like, her name is Mackenzie, and they live here in the neighborhood. And she said that she like had a paper to like, who inspires you? Like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And she put me on there, and she sent me a picture, and I like cried, and I was like, somebody wants to be like me. But then it like opens your eyes to like, man, I don't know, maybe this is really cool. Like, I'm inspiring these little children that to tell them they can do whatever they want.